welcome to Video Games Awesome Live. Back at Hearthstone again. That's not to say that I ever left. I've been playing thoroughly, constantly, more than I should, I think, every day of my life. The good thing is, I would say maybe about 30% of the time I'm working out while I play. Probably less than that, but anyways, it's a great thing to work out to. But this is a part of my life. I've accepted it. Card games. At least I'm not playing Magic anymore, which is about 10 times as expensive. I continue to only play Arena. Today, Whisper of the Old Gods was just released, so I think you guys wanted to see me dive into the new cards, which I have not seen. But I do know one thing about it. I do know that Whisper of the Old Gods is about the Cthulhu stuff. Like, there's one card that you get automatically, which I already saw on my other computer when I was finishing up my last arena. You get one card for free, the Cthulhu, and that's a card that everybody gets, and you can only have one of him in your deck, right? And the whole basis of this new set is, I guess, like his theme and building cards potentially around Cthulhu. And it's OP as shit, isn't that fun? So they've changed the meta substantially with just one card. Alright, so there's a few nerfs for me to get through, and I already know about these because I have been playing for the last few days. Knife Juggler has been nerfed down to 2 instead of 3 attack. Yeah, that's an okay nerf, because that was one of the best fucking, even in like, so I'm pretty against a lot of the nerfs that they come out with, because I find that they balance the constructed game, but the arena game doesn't need these nerfs. In fact, often I find that the arena game is hurt by these nerfs. It just creates, it makes a lot of cards that were like barely pickable in arena to begin with into things that you never pick in arena. And more, the more sets that come out and the more nerfs that happen, I find that you're opening packs in arena that are just pure crap cards. So I find that because of that, you have arena runs that are either really shitty because you got just really shitty packs, or really amazing because you didn't open shitty packs and your opponents did. And that's why I'm upset a little bit about some of the nerfs, is that I wish that instead of nerfing some cards, I wish that they would just have a special pack, a special set for arena. Just go through all the cards, determine which ones are good for arena and which ones are really bad for arena, and just make it so that opening arena packs is completely different. They already are completely different, because an arena pack technically contains cards from every set. So an arena pack is already a special pack. Let's make it more special by just taking out cards that are doing bad, like really hurting arena. That's my 2 cents. Anyways, Knife Juggler, I don't mind that nerf. He was insane. Big Game Hunter, totally unneeded in arena. I am sure it was needed in constructed. They're not idiots. I'm sure these nerfs have a reason. But in arena, he's still pickable. Just he's nowhere near as good. That's for fucking sure. This one, Force of Nature. This actually is better for arena, in my opinion. 3 2/2s for 5 instead of 3 6/6s, because in arena I find that face decks, like going for the face, being extremely aggressive in arena, is a toss-up. If you try to build an aggressive deck in arena, you might get lucky. If you started from the outset trying to be really aggressive, you might end up building a deck that just runs out of gas really easily and just has no chance. The best thing you can do in arena is just pick for value most of the time. And unless you're just trying to have fun and you're just trying to make up a really crazy deck. But if you're really just trying to win, you pick for value. And in my opinion, this actually helps arena. This is one of the few nerfs that actually helped arena. Molten Giant, that hurts arena. Getting down to that low a health in arena is, you've pretty much already lost. If you're down to the point where you're getting this guy for free. It used to be you get this guy for free at 10 health. I mean, you don't just need him for free. Getting him for 5 at 20 health is all, or at I guess 15 health is when you get him for 5. No, wait, you get him for 10 at 15 health. He's not good. he's a scary card to play. I'm gonna pick him even less than I did before in arena. So Arcane Golem. That's interesting. It's kind of weird. Give your opponent a mana crystal just to accelerate. So he's kind of like Dancing Swords now, except instead of a card, your opponent gets a mana crystal. See with... Yeah, I don't... Especially at rare, when Dancing Swords is uncommon, I just don't see this guy being picked over all the other rares in the pack. If he was a common, I could see situations where in the common rarity, I would be like, he's the best card in the pack. But at rare, it's going to be rare that I think that he's the best card in the pack. Blade Flurry, I barely played to begin with. I find that it's extremely situational in Arena. It's rare that you have a situation in which not only do you have a weapon out that you're willing to sacrifice, but there's enough on the board that you think that sacrificing that powerful weapon is worth it. Before, how much did he used to be worth? It was 3, right? Before it was like saying, okay, it's like an Arcane Blast for 1 more if you're just destroying well, 3 more if you're including getting the weapon out. That it was like some very rarely pickable. Again, I don't see picking that in Arena anymore at all, ever. Keeper of the Grove has been brought down. I never really thought about Keeper of the Grove's body, even though it's a beautiful body. I never really thought about his 4 toughness. I only thought of him as a silencing minion. A kind of expensive one, but one that had a lot of versatility because of the ability to do 2 damage or silence. Which is a kind of nice ability. That definitely makes him not as powerful, but I doubt that I'm often going to look at that toughness just like I never did. I never really looked at it. I always just thought of him for his ability. But I do feel like that's pretty harsh, taking him from 4 down to 2. In general, I would say in Arena, nerfing the Druid who is barely played and barely, like, you just don't pick Druid in Arena. Like, he's middle of the pack. For the most part in Arena, the people that need nerfing in Arena, Paladin, Jesus fucking Christ, Paladin. All of my 12 win runs are Paladin. You guys have seen as I post screenshots online. They're often Paladin or Mage. Rogue? Sometimes. There's times where you think you're building a beautiful rogue deck and then it just doesn't come together at the end. It's not as reliable to build an amazing Arena rogue deck, but it can be done. Besides that, like, I would put Druid and Priest at about the same level. I would put, unfortunately, despite that amazing 7/7 that summons the 1/1 taunt Scarab, amazing as that card is, Warrior is still way down at the bottom of the pack for picking an Arena. He's just terrible. He just doesn't win. Anytime I face a Warrior, I'm like, oh, you poor bastard. And I don't feel like I can remember the last time I lost to a fucking Warrior. It just doesn't happen much. Anyways, Ancient of Lore drawing 1 card instead of 2. That makes him not that great of a card. I mean, he's like, now he's more like, he's got 1 more power and 1 more toughness than a Drake. He's not very good, especially for an epic. Master of Disguise. Give a friendly minion stealth until your next turn. Until your next turn, it used to be you just give stealth, and I can understand why that was probably exploited, especially with, there's a lot of cards you can exploit like that make it so that probably other decks probably had to build around this card. I'm sure. I don't play Constructed, but I have a feeling there were decks based on this hiding key minions. Nobody played that card, really. Huh. Well, I don't know. Hunter's Mark, increasing it to 1, that kind of makes me sad. I loved Hunter's Mark for the fact that it didn't cost anything. I'm sure they had a reason to do it. I don't think that it was needed to do in Arena, but of course, they don't care about Arena. But I'll still pick this card, because there's not a lot of perfect removal for Hunter besides the, you know, the Wing and a Prayer deadly shot, or whatever it was. Iron Beak Owl did not need to be nerfed. I don't know about constructed, but holy fuck, Iron Beak Owl was a rare pick, but one where you're like, I have no silence in my deck. This is a weakish pack. I could use the extra, just the ability to silence a guy. He's a utility card. Now at 3, ugh. I'm not gonna be. It's gonna be extremely rare that I pick Iron Beak Owl. I'll just be, if anything, I think this makes the 4/3 silencer even more valuable to pick in Arena, because he's a really good body to begin with. For a 4/3 for 4 is pretty good, but the silence is amazing, and I think that I'll be picking him more often than not now, knowing that Iron Beak Owl is terrible. Leper Gnome did not need to be nerfed in Arena. I hear that in face decks and constructed, he was an auto-include and was just being played across the board. That's too bad, because now he's a never pick in Arena. Like, what the fuck? He can be pinged, he can be taken out by 3 of the 4 heroes. I mean, 3 of the 9 heroes. Wait, 4 of the 9 heroes? No, 3. Too easily, 4 if you include Paladin. Way too easily. He does nothing. He can't even take out a 3/2. He just sits there and does, and like I described earlier, making a face deck in Arena is like a real gamble. Like, I mean, if you just want to have fun and build one for the hell of it and say, like, let's go full bore, insanely aggressive, let's see what I can do in Arena, fine, but you're only gonna make a really good deck if you get lucky. Arena, pick for value. That's what it's all about. And that's kind of the sad state of Arena. It is just kind of pick for value if you want to win. And that's kind of sad, because I think that it would be nice if there was a little bit more variety in Arena, especially among heroes. That just requires balancing among the heroes. But I'm getting close to the 1,000 pack mark. I'm at 924. And if I wanted today, I could go in and I could get some free packs. Let's see here. Whoops, I don't want to open packs. I could go and, uh-oh, there we go. Looks like Hearthstone's a little bit slow today because of the new expansion. I could get 5 Old God packs by winning 2 games in standard format, which would be pretty easy if I wanted to try that today, because I'm at the bottom of the ladder. I'm at 0 wins in constructed, so I would be up against some pretty not amazing people, right? Maybe I'll think about that. For now, let's just go in and draft a deck and see what... If I played standard, just know that if I played standard, I would be playing the most random deck I could. I would literally... I think my goal would be to create a deck that only wins if it gets lucky. Get all of the... I don't know what class I would choose, but whatever class, probably mage, that gives you the most random chance. Well, I guess the most random chance would be summoning totems, right? Because that's by its definition random. I would like to make a deck with lots of discover cards, lots of cards that just give you a random minion, lots of cards that do damage to random minions, that do random damage across the board, all that kind of stuff, and just be stupid with it. Because, like I've said before on the show, guys, I'm not into constructed, I'm not into the metagame, analyzing the metagame, thinking about my deck when I'm not playing the game. I just like to get in, get out. That's how I play card games. Alright, so anyways, let's start a new arena run. I'm gonna need to pay for a new set, a new run. Looks like this is gonna slow things down. This might have something to do with the authentication servers. I was able to get in after about 5 tries. The authentication servers have been slow today. Let me see here. There we go. So when I do my 1,000 pack opening show, what I was thinking was, possibly, this was just a random thing I came up with, was that we would do the 1,000 pack opening show, and then I would give my account away, since I don't even want cards, and I only play Arena. But would Blizzard even allow that? They'd probably be against that, wouldn't they? I'd give my account away to a Turbo, obviously. It's against their TOS? That's fucking lame. I should be able to transfer my collection if I want to. How'd I decide? It would be random chance, I guess. Alright, anyways, open your old gods packs because something cool will happen, but I don't want to because those are contributing to my count. Those are contributing to my, I have 924. Open those packs and I have 921. All right, which one do I want to do here? Is it just a graphical cool thing that happens if I open those packs? I have to do mage, guys. I want to win. The things will happen when you go to the pack menu, then I've already seen it. I accidentally saw it on my laptop. The thing where it shows you how to switch between standard and normal, and it shows you that it's the year of the Kraken. Guys, I want to win. I'm playing...
Magic will prevail.
I'm gonna play mage. That's the sad state of Arena, guys. I'm sorry, but if you want to win, you choose the hero that wins. Out of this pack, I like Blizzard, any AoE effect. It's the part of the reason why Mage is so intense, is so good in Arena. AoE, area of effect, taking out the board is one of the most powerful things you can do in Arena. It's hard in Arena to build your deck around area of effect. In fact, because of, I choose Garobushi Berserker very high in Arena because, oh, my first new card. Psychotron. Taunt and Divine Shield for 5? 5? Yeah. 6, what's the Minotaur lady is 6 mana and 4, 5 for 6. Yeah. Alright, I'll go with it. I guess today I'm going to be choosing Old Gods cards, auto-picking Old Gods cards like I did when Goblins and Gnomes came out. Even if I don't think it's the best in the pack. What do you guys think? Is it, like, I'm gonna pick it, but is it the best in the pack? I don't know how to value this. Like, it's pretty good. It can block a lot. It's just that it's expensive. I think Silent Knight is better myself. Especially since when I think that it's... Oh, here's another new card. When I think that a pick is a toss-up, when I'm like iffy about it, I always go for the lower casting cost out of the two. Bilefin Tidehunter. Battlecry. Summon a 1/1 ooze with taunt. Yeah, okay, so it's 3/2 power total for 2, and one of them is a taunter, so you know that they can't take this guy out, except of course with ping, which everybody's going to be playing, but at least it's safe from Paladin. I'm gonna play him because I want to hear I want to hear all the new audio for all these new cards. It's not bad out of those 3, yeah, it's true. Another one, Infested Tauren, Taunt, Death Rattle, Summon a 2/2 slime when he dies for 4. So it's like, for 4, it's like the 4/3 mech that dies and summons a 2 casting cost card, except you're guaranteed to get a 2/2 instead of like a 1/2 or some terrible 1/1 card. But only a 2/3, not a 4/3. I don't think it's nearly as good as that mech. The Tauren is sadly the worst one here. I think too, I agree. I think that the best one here, it's actually kind of a toss-up between Fairy Dragon and Bone Guard. I'd actually say Bone Guard first, Fairy Dragon second, this guy third. Ugh, I'm picking them. I want to hear the new audio, guys, so we're auto-picking all the new cards. No new cards here, and I think that the best one is Snow Chugger. I like what Snow Chugger does utility-wise. I've been picking 2/3s higher and higher these days, guys. Yeah, sorry, Nulani. More and more I've been choosing 2/3s. I've been finding them more valuable than I used to in the past. I don't know if it's with the new meta, if the new set has made 2/3s better, but even if it doesn't have this freezing ability, I sometimes pick 2/3s over 3/2s. I'm not a big fan of Fossilized Delvulsar myself. Even in a deck that I know I'm going to play a lot of beasts. Well, if I know I'm going to play a lot of beasts often, yeah, of course I value them a bit higher, but I'm not a huge, especially this early, I've only picked 5 cards. I know that I'm going to see more high casting cost cards, some more big drops. I'd rather go with the Berserker myself. Especially with Mage, who can ping the Garabushi, and can potentially make him into, you know, an 8/4 by the 3rd turn that he's out if he survives. He's got a lot of versatility, especially as Mage. I love Spider Tank. I love any 3/3/4 drop. They're like the new Yeti. 3/4s for 3 are nice. I'm not a big fan of Frostwolf, especially as Mage, where I don't think that I'm going to have a lot of stuff on the board. Tomb Spider is card draw, but he's a little bit of a sacrifice on the curve because he's weak for 4 mana. You are investing though, you're getting more cards, but I think I'm going to find more card draw along the way. I don't think I'm going to have to worry right now about Tomb Spider. I'm going to go for Spider Tank. Tomb Spider gives you a card, but yeah, he's not... My favorite Discover cards are the guy that gets a Death Rattle minion for you. I actually like the Scarab, the Jeweled Scarab, especially since he is designed around having a curve. On the 2nd turn, if you don't have anything better to play than the Scarab, then you're guaranteed a 3-drop. I like that. Best card here is Flamewalker, in my opinion. Flamewaker. Violet Teacher is nice, but Flamewaker, these guys are... You guys have heard my theory, right? I pick cards that I find the most annoying to play against. If I can't decide on value, and I don't have value memorized, I don't look at tier lists, I've just come to my own determination. I go by what I find most annoying to see on the other side of the board, and this guy annoys me way more than the Violet Teacher. I think Evil Heckler here. Any card that comes along and displaces another card that was similar and makes another card strictly worse in a format, because who did he displace, right? There's another card that costs 4 and is a 5/4. There's that 5/4 taunt for 5. So he came along and made Booty Bay Pirate strictly worse. Booty Bay Bodyguard, yeah. Anytime that happens, I often end up seeing, maybe I even see this guy as more valuable than he is just because he did that. But I think he's the best in the pack. Truly power creep. Flamewaker again. It's nice to have 2 of those because on our 9th pick, this is our 10th pick, now we can start to think about cheap spells that could exploit the fact that we have 2 Flamewakers. Shouldn't be hard as Mage. I'd like to have some Frost Bolts maybe. Uh-oh. Oh, do I have to pick this? I want the Sorcerer's Apprentice. Ugh. What the fuck? Oh. Maybe if I'm lucky, I'll face some people that aren't mage. Ew. That's not a good card. Yet he's still better than the 5-1 for 3 mana. I don't know its name. If you're just joining us, the reason I'm picking the boar is because I'm auto-picking all new cards today. Just so that we can play with them. The piggy is offended. Evil Heckler is another great pick in this pack. I'm getting a little bit worried about my 2-drops though, since this one sucks. This one's okay. This one's good. I got good 2-drops. I'd like more though. I've got great 3-drops. But the best is easily Evil Heckler. Tazdingo, I think, is the best in this pack. Yes, he is. Even with... I'm starting to peak a little bit early on 4-drops, but I like Tazdingo. It's kind of weird being a mage with this much taunt already. I think that even though Dragon's Breath doesn't really play into my deck right now, I don't have a lot of stuff that trades early on. Well, I guess the Bilefin has that. I think that it's my least... I dislike Dragon's Breath as removal. It's probably my least favorite piece of removal, but I think I'd like some, and it's better to guarantee that I get at least one piece. So I'm going to pick that. Both Volcanic Drake and Dragon's Breath aren't strong mage cards, since mage doesn't typically want to trade too much on the board. Perfect removal is always nice to have at least one, so I'm going to go for the Polymorph here. I love Forgotten Torch, even though with my luck, I never seem to get the Raging Torch later on. So Forgotten Torch, you play it, it does 3 damage, and then it puts basically a cheap fireball, a 6 damage dealing torch into your deck to draw later for 3 mana. I just never seem to fucking draw the Roaring Torch later on. I just have the worst fucking luck for it. I've played 3 of them in my deck before, and like, played all 3 and not gotten the Roaring Torch until like the last 5 cards. Okay, so I have to choose Squirming. Oh, that's interesting. So it's strictly worse than the 3/4 taunt that the warrior has access to, but is there 3/4 taunt across the board? They don't have. I don't think that there's... Is there anything similar to this? I can't think of it. I think he's the strongest. How is he strictly better than Patriarchal Monkey? He's strictly worse. Oh, you're thinking of the 1/4 monkey. I see what you're saying. I'm talking about the monkey that the warrior has. I'm gonna go for Squirming Tentacle because it's a new card, but I also think it's close to being the strongest deck. I would say it's actually, I would say Earthen Ring Farseer is actually still better, but not by a lot. Another one, or we can go for one that I haven't gotten yet. Death Rattle. Give a friendly minion 1/1/1, and he cost 1. So he's like a 2/2 for 1. If you can guarantee that you get a 2 dropout before he's pinged. It all depends on how you curve out this guy. A 2/2 for 1 is like... Anyways, I'm going to pick him because he's a new card and I already have a Squirming Tentacle. Even though I think that this is a better card, because I don't know how to value this guy. I don't think he's... It'll be interesting to see. Another one. I'd rather I wish now that I had picked the Squirming Tentacle and just picked him out of this pack. Let's go full bore. 2 Zealous Initiates. Even though I think they're like... Anoyotron's amazing. Sorry guys, all new cards being chosen here. Eater of Secrets, Battle Cry, destroy all enemy secrets, gain +1/+1 for each. That's really strong against Paladin. And in the arena meta, that's pretty... So it's a 3/5 on turn 4 against a Paladin that has a secret out. But even at 4, a 2/4 for 4 is also not bad. It's situational, but it's not a horrible card. He's interesting. He's actually the strongest card in here, too. Not a good rare pack, though, regardless. All right, so out of these, I think because of the lack of 2-drops I have, I think I'm going to have to go for Mad Bomber over the Mukla's Champion. Even though I think Mukla's Champion is really strong, he's way stronger as a Paladin. I like Mad Bomber. I'm gonna go for him. He's the strongest. For my curve right now, I think he's the best that I could pick. Bomber to trigger the Initiates? You mean the Zealous Initiates? He will hit those if those are out, that's for sure. Another Bomber? Yeah, sure. Oramani Berserker, which has a lot more versatility. Oh, this is actually not a bad pack. Lance Carrier I also like if you're going to have guys on the board, especially if he combos with Zealous Initiates. If I put it a Zealous Initiate, because I've chosen 2 Zealous Initiates, it makes 2-drops even more powerful in this deck. And I think Lance Carrier might be the best way to go here, because with 2 Zealous Initiates, that makes it so that I can do 3 damage on turn 2. And then this guy becomes a 2/3 on turn 2 if that curves out. I'm gonna do this. I think that, like, in a vacuum, I would choose Mad Bomber as a mage, maybe Amani Berserker, but because of my stupid Zealous Initiates that I picked, I want this to be fun, so I'm going for Lance Carrier. Let's synergize. Let's just try, like, we're obviously not playing to win right now. I don't know why now that I chose Mage, because it's clear, because I'm choosing the new cards, that we're not playing to win. Taunt, Death Rattle. Oh, this is the same Infested Tauren again. All right, let's go bullish on new cards again. Ah, nice. No new cards so that I don't have to pass up an Ethereal Conjurer, one of the strongest mage cards. I know I already have one Double Finger, but I know. But it increases the chance that we'll get the new cards. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna go for Ethereal Conjurer here. It's amazing. I fucking love it. Getting to choose a spell at the 5th, it's so powerful because at the 5th turn in the game, even if he's easy to take out, it doesn't matter. Even if he only takes out a 3/2 or something like that, if your opponent uses a 3/2 to take him out, big deal. You got to choose a spell out of 3 spells in the 5th turn of the game, which is a point in the game where you usually know exactly what you need. Like, you know exactly what you need in the situation that you're in currently. Hey, this is a new card. Enrage, +2 attack. Not bad. This is good. This is a good card. Wow, for Mage, this is beautiful. I've been picking 3/5s, like the Drakenkind thing that becomes better when you put enchantments on it, or whatever, you put cards, play cards on it. It's Aberrant Berserker. He's really good. A 3/5 for 4 isn't horrible, and I often pick them. And to have, even though I don't think I'll ever use their, like, ability, and to have one that actually is a usable ability for the mage, that's really good. Can this synergize with anybody, guys? Youthful Brewmaster? Not a lot. Not a lot at all. But I do want more 2-drops. I don't need any more 4-drops, that's for sure. I'm gonna go for the Youthful Brewmaster. Huh. This is a tough one, because I'd like to fill out my 3-drops a bit more. But Mad Bomber is an extremely powerful 2-drop, especially against things like the stealth, the Worgen that's stealthy. I love using it against that. And you see a lot of those in Arena. Ogre Brute is really strong if you have removal, so that he's not getting caught up on stuff that doesn't matter on the board. And unfortunately, I passed up my Frost Bolt and things like that. What do you guys like? I'll let you guys want Brute? All right. Oh, here's a new one. Battle Cry. For each enemy minion, restore 2 health to your hero. A 4/4 for 5 mana, huh? It gives you health. Dropped at the right time. That's definitely, it's an interesting card. To be as good as Healbot. Healbot is a 3/3 for 5 mana, and you get 8 health. So there would have to be at least 4 bodies on his side of the board for him to be as good as a Healbot. I don't think I have to choose him because he's a new card, but I think I would choose Micro Machine. Hell, I'd even choose Tournament Medic over him. All right, new cards. Choosing the new cards. A second piece of almost perfect removal in the Flame Lance here. I think that's what I'll do. So Mind Control Tech, I don't know, for those of you who've watched me on play Hearthstone before, you know that this is a card that I hate. I fucking hate it. I fucking hate it! Anytime it's used against me, it's always my best fucking card on the board. And they always have one if I play more than 3 minions. Always! They have one. If I choose it, nobody ever plays more than 3 minions, or if they do, I get their shittiest fucking card on the fucking board! I hate Mind Control Tech. I never luck out with it. Oh. Shit. So then we got this, and if I follow my rules, I have a card that can't attack if I don't attack, and Mage can't attack unless I get lucky and get equipped with a weapon somehow. Will you forgive me not to pick the card? I'm not picking that card. What do you guys want me to pick? I think I'm gonna go for Abomination since I haven't gotten a Flame Strike. I only have Blizzard. No, you know what? Let's pick Mind Control Tech so that I can fucking prove to you guys how bad it is for me. So this is not a good deck. It's actually a pretty poor deck. It's pretty bad. But let's see how it does. Let's go. It's pretty shit, in fact. It's really not a good deck. It's like, if I'm lucky, I might be able to go 3 wins. By the way, guys, I've been playing Arena and friending people after I play and asking them what their record was. Has anybody found that you play people with a way better record than you on Arena often? I'll be at like 2 losses with 2 wins, and I'll play a guy and I'll lose, then I'll friend them, and the guy says, oh, my record right now is like 5-1. And I'm like, what? Apparently the system will just match you, if it takes too long to match you with somebody who's close to your record, it'll just give up and give you somebody who's like close-ish. So if you've ever felt like you're being, no guys, not trolls, seriously. I've had, because the reason I started doing it, oh, here we go. My Zealous Initiate, let's listen to his new audio.
The Master hungers.
The Master hungers. Because I've played a guy, friended him, and then it says at the bottom, it's like, that person has just finished their arena run with this record. And I'm like, there's no way they played that many games in that amount of time. Wow. Again, basically the only card that could have stopped him. Wow. What do you guys think? Snow Chugger or put the Mad Bomber out first? Let's do the Mad Bomber can really hurt the Paladin, but if he doesn't play anything, I'm gonna go Snow Chugger.
Job's done.
Light's Justice is like the only thing that could have answered on turn 1. Besides coining into another weapon.
Reporting for duty. I serve the Fire Lord.
You guys think that was the right play? Bringing out the Flame Waker? Give me your criticisms. I'm not a great player. I'll give you, like, I'll tell you right now. Like, I mean, I'm an okay player. I'm just not. I'm very much a sort of a feel player. I don't calculate anything in my head. I don't think ahead too much. I go with feel. I play a lot, and I play with like experience. Just like what I feel like has done the best for me in what situations in the past, and I just go with my gut. Especially since I often play Hearthstone when I'm working out, so it's hard to even concentrate enough to think really hard about your moves. Yeah, I'm gonna put out the Tauren. Let's listen to him. So I'm gonna be going aggro here, just all face, pretty much. Yeah, you're right. Probably the Ogre was better. I'm kind of shell-shocked by things that just have 50% chance because they often, just like that fucking Mind Tinkerer, don't work for me. I feel like, oh, this slime is cute. Okay, so now that he's got 2 minions on the board with 1 health, it would probably be a good time to play my Mad Bomber, right? So let's get rid of my weak guys. There's less chance they'll get hit. I'll attack with my Snow Chugger, so if by my luck he gets hit 3 times in a row, at least I attacked.
Wanna blow something up?
Wait, isn't there a new emote?
Amazing.
Yeah, so.
Time runs out on me.
Fucking beautiful.
By the holy light!
He has more card advantage than me, so instead I'm gonna play conservatively instead of playing the Squirming Tentacle. I'm just gonna... As if I didn't hit... Yeah, I really hate that they got rid of Sorry, because Sorry was one of the few emotes in Hearthstone that allowed you, as a player, if you weren't a shit heel, to actually show some form of good sportsmanship in the game. Often people didn't, but sometimes people did. Like if you could acknowledge a point where somebody got a really shit play, like if they got really fucked over, you could say sorry. Or if, say, like you took too long, like you accidentally, like you got occupied with something else and you forgot your turn, you hadn't passed the turn, and then you hear the thing counting down, and you come back and see that your opponent's been waiting there since you played that 2/2 minion, or that, you know, your turn 2 minion, and you just made him wait for like 30 seconds, you can say sorry. So it's like a good, like, you know, just sportsmanship, just to not be a shit in the game. What do you guys think? I'm gonna lose this game, so I'm just gonna... I want to hear this squirming tentacle. It's true, everybody did use it sarcastically because everybody in Hearthstone does things that would otherwise get them in trouble in real life if they were playing Magic at like a card shop. Some of the shit-heel stuff people do in here with their taunts, I'm not gonna say violence would happen, but you wouldn't be treated very well at a card shop if you acted the way that people do online here with Hearthstone.
Reporting for duty.
Hey, I can get some health back. Oh, I can go back to 30 health. Woohoo!
Take your medicine.
I don't even know what I would do if somebody slow rolled me in real life Magic. Like if somebody, like in Hearthstone, if you don't know what a slow roll is, it's when like you pass the turn and like you're up against the ropes. You think you might die this turn, but you're not, like it's possible you'll survive. And then your opponent, who has like 25 fucking health, and you have like 5 health, sits there and attacks with his 3 damage minion, and then waits until the very end of the turn to play a fireball and kill you. That is a slow roll, and it's like the biggest shithead move you can do in any kind of video game or sports or whatever, making the opponent think they have a chance when you have, like, just finished the fucking game. And if that happened in real life, I don't even know what I would do. Again, I don't want to say that I would get violent, because I'm not a violent person, but holy fuck. I don't know what I would do. Everyone at my card shop would do that? Holy fuck. Well, I would stop playing at that card shop. Thankfully, I was at enough card shops where a person who did that would be in the rarity. They would definitely be a person that was... See, you can't really do it in real life because there's no time limits on turns, but you could just sit there like a shitheel, acting like you're thinking, and then at the last second say, oh yeah, I beat you. I've played at card shops where the owner would actually tell a person if he noticed something like that they weren't welcome there. I've played at card shops where the owner wouldn't care as long as you're bringing in money.
I must move quickly. Let me think.
What just happened there? I've been reading your guys' chat thinking I'd lost this game, but why am I in such a good position right now? Is he not, did he, what is he doing? Is he fucking with me?
What to do?
I'll get him. More cakes. Your mother was a murderer.
Do you think it's because it's release day that we got new players in here who just don't know how to play very well?
I am your father, the supreme archaeologist.
Is he just waiting it out because he wanted to play this guy really bad? Because now he's chosen from an artifact that includes filling his board with 3/3 zombies, dealing 10 random damage to everything on my side of the board, including me. Or what's the third one, guys?
Let me think.
A 10/10, add 10/10 to a minion. Well, maybe I'll get lucky. Because now I have a lot of taunt, so even if he adds 10/10 to his minion. There's a new adventure? What adventure? Attached to Whispers of the Old Gods? I did get a polymorph. I got a polymorph and the card that does 10 damage. What is he doing? Oh my god. I guess this is better to do.
I serve the Fire Lord. Me smash you. Job done.
What the fuck is he doing? Oh yeah, you guys, I'm just not big on adventures. I don't know why. I just don't think they're a lot of fun. I like playing, like, I don't know.
For the Lich King!
And my boar is actually... Do you guys think I just keep going face, or I mean... No, I probably shouldn't. I think I have a chance here if I don't... 3, 7... I'd have to get lucky with the ogre. He still has that powerful spell. He's just fucking toying with me. Yeah, thanks. It's a pretty sweet top deck. Yeah, I thought so too.
Flame on.
Alright, so I'm gonna try to take this guy out because he can't target this guy with his, if he has the enchantment.
Someone's out on me.
So maybe I'll continue to get lucky here and draw into my polymorph. Who knows what he has? He could have the enchantment, he could have... I don't have a flame strike. The only thing left that can get rid of his... I have nothing that could get rid of the 3/3 zombies that he has, that if he chose that.
Reporting for duty.
Yeah, I've gotten lucky with the brute so far. Wow. So this game's over.
With me, friend.
Can't I just craft any cards that I don't get from adventures?
Reporting for duty.
I've never been toyed with this much. Like, this guy's a dick. I should just pass the turn, but I'm having conversations with you guys. Can't you craft Reno Jackson? It's kind of lame.
Reporting for duty.
All right, I'm bored with this match. Let's move on. He's not taunting, which tells me that I don't even know what that tells me. I don't know what that guy's. Settle down, Becky. I want to imagine that he's a new player, and later if he finds this video, he's sad because he wasn't toying with you. This is a bad deck. Believe in the heart of the cards. Oh, he's got a golden. What does it take to get a golden opponent? Or a golden hero? Okay, this is actually not a bad. These are a pretty good combo to have early game. 500 wins in constructed. It's not very hard. This is a really interesting combo here. What do you guys think? Play the Zealous Initiate now? I don't have like very many high costing costs, so keeping the coin around doesn't really help me a lot. I think probably I want to play the Bilefin Tidehunter right away. Start doing some damage if I can. Both of these give me a minion to play my Lance Carrier on. I would have considered keeping the coin if I had like a very high curving deck. Look at this guy. Should I start? He can't. The warrior does have ping in the form of the raid or the guy, the taskmaster. So I don't want to just like toss power onto these guys for the sake of it. I'm gonna put out the Zealous Initiate. If I knew for sure somehow that he didn't have ping, I might consider making this guy into a 4-1 and just starting to like rip him up early game, but I think that the utility of having the Lance Carrier do damage, and he could have cleave as well. Yeah. Ugh, that's really not good. Alright, at least I can save one guy. Like this. And he could have cleave. So if I played this to start doing damage, what do you guys say? Roll the dice and play Lance Carrier to start doing damage, or wait a turn? Yeah? You guys think do Lance Carrier? Or? Remember, Lance Carrier, keep in mind guys, Lance Carrier is not temporary. It's permanent. Alright, whatever. I'll listen to you guys. I'm also the type of player who some games, I'll just be like, you know what, fuck it. Like random chance. If I get lucky here, I'm gonna really hurt him. If I don't care. There's another game in a moment. Yo, you guys thought I had 4 mana? No. I only had 3. Dream, that's true too. People do, I think, tend to hope for value too often when it doesn't really matter. I've been finding, especially once Discover cards were added to the game, that card draw became less and less valuable because it just felt like I was ending a lot of games with all my cards in hand. Or like, you know, like almost a full hand. Whether win or lose, I often had a full hand, and I was like, you know, sometimes you just gotta play your fucking cards. There, it would have been dead, but at least this guy would have been dead. At the start of your turn, reduce this card's What? He just played that for 1. So if it's in your hand at the beginning of the game, you're in a pretty good position.
What to do? What to do?
Well, at least I can take it out, I guess. But I'm not going to be able to do anything else this turn. So was that a, it's a common. Certainly is a tempo loss, yeah.
Mine! Oh, mine!
Death Rattle, draw a card, Polluted Hoarder. Oh, so I see what the theme of this game is, of this set. I'm gonna play my Ethereal Conjurer because I'd like an option in my hand, and at the very least,
What to do?
like for him to kill it next turn, he would have to sacrifice. Oh, he can't really kill it next turn.
You want it? I got it.
If I'm lucky, I might be able to keep this around for a while. 2 damage could take out. Oh, this could actually take that guy out right now. Well, that's an interesting turn of events. He might have a bash. He might have many things. Death Rattle. Give your minions +1/+1. All of them. He has an execute. That seemed like a waste of an execute, didn't it? Uh-oh. Okay. How about...
What you want?
So I can ping that off the board now.
For a little while, I pack a big punch.
How can I keep on doing face damage?
Stop poking me!
I've got card advantage, so I don't need to be doing face damage, but I'm still not, to me, I'm not seeing advantageous trades right now. I think that I'm best just to keep on keeping up the tempo, making it so that he's forced to, like, yeah, he doesn't have anything, does he have anything that can finish that? Okay, he did, but that's like his last option. He's out of options now. Now I will probably start trading. I'm gonna take out this. I won't go face anymore, and I'm gonna keep the Blizzard. And I've got some perfect removal. I'm in a really good spot to win this match now. So he 2-for-1'd me with the questing adventure, but again, at this point, I'm playing with a lot of confidence because of my perfect removal, my AoE, and my card advantage. I think that was the best move I could have made because it takes away options on his side in the case that I don't play Warrior a lot, so I'm thinking of what he can do with questing adventure that really exploit it, but now I'll start going face.
What to
I should
do?
play this even though it's not going to get me any health.
Take your medicine.
What's that card? Brawl? I'm gonna just, in case he has a Brawl or something like that, I'm gonna not play Eater of Secrets. I'm just gonna keep at least one minion in my hand. I don't think it hurts me not to throw down the Eater of Secrets. It's not like I'm in a race to like get him finished before I die. Now I'll play Blizzard. Just so I can do the maximum amount of face damage right now and not have to worry about that minion for another 2 turns. And I don't think there's a card that he has that could stop me now. Wouldn't it be nice if Flame Lance was to the face? That would be so OP. Reno Jackson out of nowhere? I would still win, I think. Five, 7. Exactly lethal. I'll admit, I've used Reno Jackson in Arena to win games. I've also had it used against me. All right, I'm gonna take a quick break and be right back after this with the next segment. We're 1-1 with a terrible deck. Feel the dream.